Hi everyone, it's Meg Sharp from the Cambridge Group of Clubs, and I hear and I know everyone is missing the gym, really missing the heavy weights and bars. And listen, I get it. I fully endorse the importance of a really intense workout. But I also know that you don't need heavy weights and bars to facilitate all those great challenges to the muscle and the gain and some of the pain and some of the discomfort and sweat of a really intense workout. So I'm here today to share with you what I think is an incredibly effective and safe strategy to just take your workouts up a notch while you're waiting to get back to the gym. And even I hope you're going to enjoy this and find it effective enough that you're going to start to incorporate it into your training for the rest of your life. So isometrics are something I've been playing with for a long time. I love them for myself. I love them for my clients. Essentially, an isometric exercise is one where the muscle contracts, develops all kinds of tension, but there is no movement. So a plank, for example, would be a perfect example of an isometric exercise. I come down, I dig my elbows into the ground, I dig my toes into the floor, I drive them together, creating all kinds of tension through my abdomen, through the front of my thighs, through my glutes, a little bit through my shoulders, but there is no movement. And people have been planking for years because it's so effective. It's a great, safe way of strengthening the core without putting undue strain on the shoulders, on the neck, and through your spine. So why not incorporate isometrics into all kinds of stuff? Let's look at a few key ways that we can up the intensity of our workouts, stay super safe, but also be a little bit more effective, have some fun with something different. So what I'd like to start with, very simply, since I'm down here on the ground, is I'm going to start with an isometric for my hips and for my glutes. So we definitely know that one of the areas of the body that tends to be a little sleepier, not so ready to wake up, a little weaker on most of us, is the glute area. And one thing I should mention about isometrics is what we know is that an isometric contraction is one of the most effective ways of eliciting optimal neural connection. So that is when I do an isometric contraction, I am far more likely to get even more muscle fibers recruited than if I do something eccentrically or concentrically, which means using movement. So what a fantastic way of waking up some of the areas of our body that tend to be a little bit weaker, a little more dormant. So let's go right into your hip bridge. And we're going to apply isometrics almost to the entire posterior chain gang, because that whole back section needs to be woken up, especially if you've been sitting for a really long period of time. So I'm going to anchor my heels down into the ground. I'm thinking already about my glutes. I'm going to gently push my elbows down, push my shoulders into the mat, gentle pressure from the back of my head, just above my occipital bone, and then pushing my heels into the ground, slight pelvic tilt to protect the low back and engage the muscles in the abdomen. I come up. Now from this position here, I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold tight. I'm going to think about creating loads of tension in my glutes, pushing those knees, extending them almost out towards the counter, maybe thinking about driving the knees out without moving. I'm just thinking about it, and come back down. So let's do that again. Now that was a pretty long isometric. Often you're going to do them between 3 to 6 seconds, because not that much longer than that isn't also great, but 3 to 6 seconds I can really put a lot of intensity into it. So let's do that again. Ready? And push up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do 3 more like this. Come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go again. Up we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more time. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back down. So ideally I've woken up my glutes, and that's going to start to come into play with the rest of my leg workout. So now I'm going to come up. Love a split squat, but a lot of people complain that it bothers their knee. And if you don't have weights, you're really looking for a way to make it a little more intense. So again, we're gonna add an isometric warm-up, and then I'm actually gonna use the isometric in the exercise as well. I've warmed up my glutes. I'm gonna keep recruiting my glutes as well as work a little bit more on my knee alignment in a dynamic position. You're gonna space yourself about a leg length away from the wall or counter, right? So nice big step, I'm about a leg length away. Right foot forward, left leg back. I'm looking for a more than generous 90-degree angle in my back leg and ensuring that when I come down into a half one-legged squat, split squat position, that my knee stays behind my toe. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to get set up in that. We're gonna sink down into this movement. Feel free to watch and then rewind if you want to. I'm gonna sink down into the movement right here and hold this isometric. I'm pushing my foot down into the mat, pushing this foot back into the wall, ensuring the knees stay tracking perfectly, tension through the abdomen, and then I come out of it. That was a long hold. Take a moment. We're going to do a set of 5. 5 seconds each. Again, pushing the back leg into the counter, grounding that front leg down into the mat. You'll notice that the knees will tend to want to cave in. You're going to override that by thinking about turning that knee out a little bit so it's nice and in line. Turn the back knee out a little bit so it's nice and in line. And that really turns on the glute. You ready to go? Okay, sink down. Deep breath in, exhale, and push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Do it again. Push. Down and back. 5, 4. Track the knees. 2, 1. Good. Nice and long through the neck. Breathe in and down. Push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really get that back foot pushing into that counter to left. Push, grounded, solid, right? You should feel like a truck could run into you right now. How are those glutes? Go one more time and we're going to switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out of it. Nice. Do you feel those two glutes firing? Especially on that front leg. So we'll go right away to the other side. Again, we'll take a moment to get set up. Drop yourself down, check your position, no isometric yet. Good, you see I've got a 90-degree angle in the back leg when I'm bent down. My knee stays in line with my toe, and it's behind my toe, so I'm not sort of way over there. I'm a little bit tired already, okay. Deep breath in, ready? Sink down, and here we go, push. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember those abs, because sometimes when those glutes start to fire, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That low back legs to arch as well, okay? And down, push back, push there, and down, 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 down. 3, 2, 1. Come out. 2 more. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We do have a split squat set, but I'm going to move into our upper body isometric. We're not going to lose that innervation. We're not going to lose that wake-up call, but I think we need a little break because with these isometrics, we've got to be really focused. We've got to pour all kinds of energy into that muscle to get it firing. You don't want to do it when you have sort of an overwhelming feeling of dread that you don't want to do it. Okay, our isometric to warm up our back. If you watch my videos, you know this is one of my favorite ones, and it is because it targets into some of the muscles of the rotator cuff, lower traps, rhomboids, muscles that are typically very weak on many of us, a little bit too lengthened, and it also allows for a nice opening stretch through that pec minor up through the front of the shoulder where we tend to be too tight. So again, we're going to apply 5 seconds, 5 repetitions. Take a nice deep breath in. Ensure you sink the shoulders down before you start. Bring it back and hold. Shoulders down and back, shoulders down and back, shoulders down and back. Hold. Make sure the elbows are almost fully extended. Long neck and relax. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale. Drop the shoulders. Retract and depress. Retract and depress and hold for 5. Down and back, down and back, down and back. Watch the low back. Lots of energy still through the glutes and through the abdominal to ensure that that low back doesn't arch on you. Shoulders down and back, pull and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I am holding a low level of tension through my glutes and through my abs, just to really harness that core, ensure that that low back isn't arching. 5, 4, long neck, open chest. 3, 2, 1. Do you feel that through the middle of your upper back? One more time. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, fantastic. Okay, those isometrics have warmed up into our back, and we're going to take that into a row. But first, let's finish up our legs. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go into a full squat. We're going to do a full set of 10. You may need to do 10, 12, 15, 16, up to 20. There's no reason why you can't add weights now, but we are going to use isometrics to try and build a little more intensity. So just walk you through it quickly. I'm going to drop down full depth that feels good for me. No pain in either knee, but I am going to hold that isometric at the bottom, ensuring that the knees are nicely in line, using that balance, digging down into the floor on both sides, imagining that I'm pushing the mat with my right foot this way and pushing the mat back with my left foot. That's really going to help get those glutes to fire. Okay, I just wore out my right leg. Gonna go left leg first. You ready to go? We're gonna pause for seconds down at the bottom. Mindful push right back up to a beautiful extended position. Lots of core control, 10 in a row. Deep breath in, down we go. And hold, knees tracking. 3, 2, 1. Push into the floor and back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. Heel and ball of the foot. Almost like I'm trying to tear this mat apart. Divide it in 2. Good. Come back up. 7 left to go. Doing a full extension at the top. I want you to completely flex that quadricep to straighten out that knee. And so we've got lots of energy through that back leg, helping our knees stay nice and controlled. 5 left to go, team. Dig in with that heel. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. 4 more. 5, 4, 3. Heel down. 2, 1. Come back up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. How did that feel? Did you get that intensity? Your heart rate up a little bit? I love this. And again, you should feel really stable. The knees are tracking beautifully. It's really mindful. And as I said before, it should almost feel like a truck could run into you and not knock you over. Other side. Ready? Deep breath in. Abs, feet grounded. Spot to focus on. 3, 2, and down we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. You may have noticed I skirted my back foot back a little bit. I suddenly realized I wasn't able to center my weight, get my knees nice and square, so I did need to adjust that a little bit. Full extension at the top, right, using that quad. Heel down, heel down. Thinking about carving that knee out. It's not moving, but I'm thinking about it. Keep that glute firing. That's number 3, gang. Down we go. Push, heel, knee, tracking, abs. Push that mat back. Tear that mat apart. Halfway is this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 left to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 4 more. Down. Push, push, push. Tear, tear. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. 3 more to go. Down we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. Fully extend. 2 left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 1 more time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. All right, moving right along. We're gonna finish up our back, and I'm gonna finish with a core, front of the shoulder isometric, chest, and we'll finish with a push-up, okay? So I'm gonna come to my rowing position here, shoulders down and back, looking for that isometric that I had before, right? With the shoulders coming down and traveling together. And you're gonna row back, and you got it. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Shoulders down and back, pull and hold. Down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back. Long neck, energy in the abs. And go again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 3. We're going to do 7 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I took a little more space in my feet just to give me a little more tension. Sitting back up. I don't know if you noticed, I'm starting to cheat back a little bit. You want to be right on top, stacked right on top of your hips. So you've got really excellent core control, and those shoulders really have to slide back and down, back and down, back and down, back and down. It's almost as if you imagine you're inserting your sternum, your chest, forward. Right? The chest goes forward as the shoulders go back. As usual, I've been chatting way too much. Maybe 4 left? I think so. Good, here we go. Nice deep breath in. And back we go. So 3 left to go. And 2 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the integrity of all of that energy, that contraction. Shoulders down and back, shoulders down and back, shoulders down and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous work. Okay, no time to lose. Let's go. Onto our front. So I am going to use a modified plank. I'm going to warm up into the shoulder. I'm going to warm up into the abdomen. And then we're going to go into a push-up with training the sticking point, which for some people is about halfway down. So I want to get a little bit stronger halfway down. For some of you, you're going to do it right off the floor. For some of you, you probably like to do it floor and knees, although I would prefer, if you can't do it on the floor off your toes, then elevate. The more the elevation, you can go right on the wall, right on the counter, something like this. Coffee table is great as well, or on your staircase. The more you elevate, the easier it is. I really love for you to be fully extended so you get a bit more through the hips and core. But my isometric I'm going to do on the ground. So what I'm thinking about doing is pushing my hands towards each other. So pushing them in and then down a little bit towards my toes. So by imagining that they're crunching the mat together, I get a little bit more engagement through the pecs. And then imagining that I'm also digging them down towards my feet, I'm really going to fire up through that serratus, the intercostals, and right through that whole abdomen. Okay? So here we go. Up we go. Make sure I've got enough space here. Hands, remember, are shoving together, shoving down, and toes into the mat and up towards the heels of the hand. Drop, flex, press for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in. And again, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. And again, toes in, hands in together, shove, flex that chest. 3, 2, 1. 2 more to go. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more time. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Beautiful. Say quickly, so we can take a quick break before we do our push-ups. The wonderful thing about isometrics is it creates all that extra tension through the muscle without you having to do all the added repetitions that can sometimes put a bit too much wear and tear on your joints. So isometrics, again, it's just such a wonderful way of challenging the muscle, increasing that neural strength and power. And really, often what you can do is find that position in any one of your lifts where you're a little bit hesitant, you have trouble, maybe your deadlift, you have trouble getting the bar off the ground. You train isometrics in those specific positions where you find that you need a little more strength, a little more confidence. I'm going to take this up on the counter. We're going to do 10 of these, and our sticking point, our isometric, we're going to do with the elbows at 90. So in I go. Again, I'm thinking about what I trained in my isometric, so hands together and pushing down towards the toes a little bit, and come down and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then all the way down and back up, and come and pause. Abs for 5, 4, shove the hands together, 3, 2, 1, all the way down and up. Do it again. For 5, shove the hands together and down towards the toes, toes into the mat and towards the hands. Get loads of abdominal and some quadricep contraction going on. You've got your glutes firing to protect your low back. And again, for 5, 4, shove, 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 shove together. Good. 5 left to go, folks. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more to go. Pause and hold. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Exhale. For 5, 4, 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 2 more left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, up. 1 more time. Shove, shove, shove. 3, 2, 1. Strong finish. Up and step out of that. How'd that feel? Hopefully it felt awesome. There you go. Quick peek at isometrics. There's so much you can do with them. I hope I gave you enough of a taste that you believe in their effectiveness, that you're going to have some fun with it. Check out the blog in the upcoming weeks because we'll try and include some more of this stuff to help you out. Thanks so much for coming and joining me from my home to yours.